Welcome back to another episode of the Amateur Hour podcast. Colin is here again.
Hello, everybody. Thanks for listening.
My name is Jacob, and we're finally bringing back NFL content to the show.
Yes, sir.
We're going to be debating who is the best team in the NFL. So I guess we'll call it our Super Bowl favorite right now. The best team in the NFL. Some pretty glaringly obvious candidates, and it's tough to argue against Baltimore right now.
It is tough to argue against Baltimore.
There was a case for the 49ers, but then they lost to Baltimore. So
Seattle also lost to Baltimore, and New England also lost to Baltimore.
They did. And I think Baltimore, a team that have progressively gotten better over the course of the season. They lost to the Browns earlier on in the season.
But that's kind of an anomaly.
And they also lost to the Chiefs.
Chiefs are a good team.
Chiefs are a good team. So what we're getting from that is that they've won, 8 in a row? Yeah, they've won 8 in a row since going 2-2 to start the season. Lamar Jackson is, I think, by far the MVP favorite right now. Unfortunately for the Seahawks fans sitting across from me.
Yeah.
But Baltimore's the best team in the NFL. They have shown it that they can get it done in some tough clutcher scenarios like the Ravens against the 49ers. But they also, if you give them the chance, they will fucking demolish you.
Yeah,
because
they have a lot of weapons on that team.
They beat the Rams 45-6. They beat the Texans 41-7. They beat the Bengals 49-13. They beat the Patriots 37-20. Like, they are absolutely relentless on offense, and they have, like you were bringing this up to me before, they've punted by like the least amount in the NFL by a good amount. They've punted the ball only 24 times this season.
Yeah, and the next highest team is the Cowboys, which is 36.
Like that, and it shows that they score a lot on their drive. They go for a fourth down because
and one thing. Yeah, sorry, go ahead.
Because, well, it's just so hard to defend them on like 4th and 3 because you got Lamar Jackson run. The running back, very capable.
It's interesting because every play that they run, it's almost like an option, where every time Lamar gets the ball, okay, he can run it, Ingram can run it, he can pass it. Every play is like just reading the defense, and it's so hard to defend. And that's why they the fewest punts in the game, because they have started going for it on 4th down. They figure, look, we know if we run the ball with Lamar or with Mark Ingram, that we're going to get at least 2 yards. Yeah. At least, right? They have the number 1 rushing team in the league. They have the 2nd most yards in the league. Like, they are going to get their yards.
Offensive juggernaut. And
they are really good. And their O-line is there to support them, too. And that's a great thing for a young quarterback, especially a young mobile quarterback. Like, it's one thing for him to be able to sit in the pocket and be protected, but when you're running around and you're still getting protection from your O-line, that's something really special. And we know Lamar is, he's super shifty, he's super quick, but having that protection and then all those weapons on offense really helps him out as well.
And I know that the last 4 games, which was Niners, Rams, Texans, Bengals, like, those are some good teams. And they allowed only 43 points combined in those 4 games.
That's very good.
10-point, just under 11 points per game allowed in 4 games against 2 good teams, 1 very good team, and 1 awful team. But
they have the 6th best rushing defense in the league, 13th best pass defense in the league. Pretty good.
And right now, like, you talk about, stopping the run with Lamar Jackson, but he is the 4th best passer rating in the NFL. Like, a lot of that is down to,
him scrambling and the guys are getting open off of, like...
that, but I mean, like, you defend the run, you kind of make him throw.
And then he's still completing his passes.
But he's doing it, which is, like, nobody really saw this coming this year, like how quickly he's gone better at throwing the football. And I think, if I'm not mistaken, at this age, he's the most accurate passer in NFL history, based on strict accuracy on his throws.
Yeah, but those are... Take that with a grain of salt.
I know, but like, it's something to note for a guy who's supposed to be like a running back or a wide receiver.
They are 25th in passing yards in the league this year. So
because he runs the ball, so they
have I'm not saying it's not inaccurate, but I'm saying take that with a grain of salt, because a lot of the design plays are like, okay, we'll pass the ball, but he may have to scramble, and then for the other team's defense, it's hard to cover wide receivers for 10 seconds. So he just does like a little 10-yard pitch. That's exactly what Russell Wilson does. That's what makes him so special. It's that being able to create like a second play out of it, and then it's pretty much just like a 3-on-3 with the quarterback and then 2 wide receivers just in single coverage. Like that's an easy throw.
I think it goes beyond like you're looking at it from a normal quarterback perspective. This is a guy who is best at rushing the football, but he's also very good at throwing it right now. So how do you stop him? How do you stop Baltimore? Their defense is playing very well. Their offense is the best in the NFL right now. So I think it is important that he's this accurate, because you can't just, beat him on his worst thing, because he's going to beat you on the run or on the rush.
Yeah.
I mean, there's supposed to be discussion on the best team in the NFL. We're kind of in agreement that the Ravens are that team. But, if you want to talk about the Niners, when it comes down to close games, when it comes down to Jimmy G needing to get it done on offense, they haven't done it against good teams. They only do it against bad teams. I get they beat the Rams 20-7. The defense kind of stuck out for them there. But they haven't played very formidable opponents other than Seattle and the Ravens, who they lost to. I mean, they beat up on the Packers, I'll give you that.
Yep.
But when it came down to a close game, in the Seattle game, Jimmy G had a drive where all he needed was a field goal to win the game. Russell Wilson threw an interception on the first drive in overtime. Mm-hmm. The 49ers had the ball to win the game, and he couldn't even get in field goal position. They lost that game.
They missed the field goal to win.
They didn't get. I get they missed it, but he didn't get him in great position.
As the leader and the quarterback, you need to put your team in a better position to win.
And in the Ravens game, they lost by 3. Jimmy G had his opportunities to make it different. And in the playoffs, that I think this is important. They're not even first in their division right now. Whether that will remain, it's up for grabs right now. The Seahawks, if you want to talk about them, they look good. I will bring up the point that they have a lot of close games, which does bode well for playoffs when it comes to crunch time. But it also means that they don't
blow out teams.
They don't
seal the deal.
Seize the opportunities to make it comfortable.
Put teams away. Yeah, and as a Seahawks fan myself, I've been noticing that a lot. We play really good team football, good defense, but then we're always in positions to win it, but it doesn't feel like we can seal it. And that's a big part of Russell Wilson. He's always gotten us in a position to win the game, but it doesn't seem like we have been able to completely dominate a football game, which is something that I've been wanting to see so far from this season. But the Seahawks, man, a lot of people are talking shit about our defense, but we've got a good, young, ascending defensive core. We have a lot of injuries right now. 4 of our starters are hurt at the moment. Clowney has been, on and off injury all year. Same with Ezekiel Ansah. Our cornerbacks are young and they're getting hurt a lot, but we've been holding it together. And the main thing that I think is driving the Seattle wagon here is Pete Carroll. Yeah.
Great coach.
And I have 5 teams highlighted as talking points for this episode. I have the Patriots, the 49ers, the Seahawks, the Saints, and the Ravens.
That's who I have.
All 5 of those teams have great coaches, great chemistry. They've got a great environment.
I really don't think the Patriots are going to make noise in the playoffs. I think Tom Brady is an average QB at best in this.
You don't even think Belichick in the playoffs is gonna? I think with Belichick alone, he'll steal them at least a win. It's Belichick.
Yeah, okay. I think they can win. I think they can get to the. I mean,
they're gonna win their division.
Based on the.
They are on pace to have a first round bye.
Yeah, but Buffalo's nipping their heels. I don't think they'll catch them. But
I don't even in the playoffs. Patriots in the playoffs. No shot the Bills win that. No shot.
The Patriots are probably going to end up playing the Chiefs or the Texans at this point. I think the Patriots are going to meet the Ravens in the conference championship. I can see that.
And that'll be a great game.
I can see that as well. But I'm also not counting out a team from beating the New England Patriots.
Who,
the Texans or the Chiefs. The Texans just smacked the Patriots.
That is true.
Oh, they smacked them. Okay.
But they
kind of smacked them. Patriots made up some points in garbage time.
Yeah, they still won.
But Texans just beat the Patriots. Baltimore beating the Patriots. I think You know what? The Chiefs aren't out of this discussion because Patrick Mahomes has been injured and he's back now.
He can explode whenever he wants.
That's what I mean. The Chiefs.
That would be a great playoff.
The Chiefs should have beaten the Patriots last year in the AFC Championship game.
They should have. They were within a possession.
They undid it themselves. They let the Patriots score off of a drive on third and longs on consecutive first downs. But I think if I had to predict, I see the AFC Championship game. I see a collision course with the Patriots and the Ravens. I think the Ravens are going to take that one. NFC is a little bit more complicated.
Down, yeah. There are
the Saints,
even the Packers can make a case for the NFC Championship. Like, even teams that we haven't listed yet, right? Like, the NFC is a lot deeper than the AFC is.
I don't buy the Packers.
No, Aaron Rodgers, no. Not even
Aaron Rodgers hasn't been up to his normal standards. Aaron Rodgers is still
he's on a new coach. He's on a new coach.
Aaron Rodgers is still phenomenal. Can turn it on, but unfortunately, this is a stacked division. This is like the Saints. I like the Saints, and I like whoever wins the NFC West. Honestly, I think
Seahawks or 49ers.
I like those teams.
That'll be a battle
the
for the
49ers, I'm very concerned about their offense in their next few games. I said this. We did an episode on the 49ers. They're the real deal. And I said, they've played bad teams. When they start playing good teams, you're going to start
Jimmy
seeing
G. I even said this
fragility.
Too. I don't think Jimmy G is that great of a QB.
And we're seeing the fragilities here. They lost to, two good teams. They beat the Packers. But they're playing the Saints next. They're playing the Saints on Sunday.
That'll be
That's a big game. Then they have the Falcons. Should be a win. Mm-hmm. But the Falcons can turn it on. Matt Ryan can turn it on. Then they have the Rams. Probably win that. And then they have the Seahawks again. That's going to be the ultimate
That's going to be a
decider.
blockbuster game.
The Seahawks have to play the Rams, the Panthers, the Cardinals, the 49ers. You gotta like the Seahawks in this scenario. Because that Niners game is at home. You gotta like Seattle in this scenario.
Oh, man. We're going to the Bills game the same day that the Seahawks play the 49ers.
Yeah?
Dang it!
Well...
Oh, well.
You can follow.
I'll
but
manage.
I think it looks like, we've seen Russell Wilson's clutch ability mostly, except for when he's on the 1 yard line in the Super Bowl. But looks like a Seahawks Saints.
That was Pete Carroll's fault.
Looks like a Seahawks Saints NFC Championship for me.
Hey man,
I'm gonna go with the Saints.
Hey man, that's fair. That's very fair.
Listen, if you can win that many games with your backup, and now you got Drew Brees, this team should have made the Super Bowl last year. And I think they're getting there.
Saints Chiefs.
Yeah, should have.
Hey,
the team's got it done. Anyways,
I would love if the Seahawks could make the NFC Championship.
I think the Saints. I kind of want to go with the Saints as the best team in the NFC. I don't know about
to me. It's a three-way tie between the 49ers, Seahawks,
if we're talking, why? Because every
team has their little flaws. Every team has their great strengths.
The Saints got arguably the best offense. They got the best defense there. Seahawks have. Oh, sorry. The 49ers have the best defense there, but the Saints got they got great defense, great offense. The Niners have great defense, decent offense. The Seahawks have great offense, decent defense.
Yeah.
But the Saints got it all. They got Drew Brees, a Super Bowl winner. I think in the playoffs, when it comes down to it, the Saints will get it done. I'm gonna go with the Saints here. They are. Yeah, that's it.
That's fair. Hey man, that's a fair argument.
But the Ravens, I don't know. I think the Ravens are the best team in football, but
I'm there too.
If that's the Super Bowl,
that'd be great.
I don't know. I can see the Saints winning that.
Stuff defense
and experience. Drew Brees.
I think right now at this point it's the Ravens Super Bowl to lose.
Yeah, especially with such a great coach. Harbaugh's done a magnificent job.
I want to see what their upcoming games are. Hold on, let me check.
But with Harbaugh, he might be coach of the year this year. I think him or Tomlin should get it. Tomlin has done unbelievably well with the Steelers team.
The Ravens are at Buffalo this weekend. Home to the Jets. At Cleveland, and then home to Pittsburgh.
Listen, they could win all four of those games.
They could very well win all four of those games.
Get the 1 seed in that conference.
14-2.
I can see it.
Hey man, it's theirs to lose right now.
Yeah, they're the best team in football. That'll answer the question.
Yeah.
I think that's about it for this podcast.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you had to pick your NFC champion, who would you pick?
You're making me pick?
I'm making you pick. We ask tough questions on the Amateur Hour podcast. Pick.
Okay. All right.
Don't be biased. Be truthful.
Unbiased, I pick the Saints. Biased opinion, I'm always rolling with
Not
my
that
boys.
it's like leaps and bounds. It's
no,
tight.
yeah, like it's not a
but
crazy argument.
We'll end it there.
I'll go with my 12s.
End it there. Thank you for listening to another episode. Daily content as usual. Follow us Twitter, Instagram at AmateurPDC.
YouTube.
Subscribe on YouTube. Follow on Spotify. And join us again soon.
Daily content.